Hello and welcome back to another episode of Into the 99, where we've got 99 cards because Commander's number one. I'm one of your host, Daniel. I'm joined today with both Brian and Slothy. Slothy, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty well, thanks. How about yourself?
Pretty good. The Patreon episode is going to find out in depth how we are, but I'm pretty good. Brian, how are you doing?
Oh, not bad at all. I feel like I just talked to you guys.
Yeah, right. We're
Deja vu.
we're doing a pretty big thing of episodes this morning because spoilers, huge subject, and because face to face is coming up, so we got to get a few extra episodes in so that we can be out playing cards all weekend. So come visit us at face to face in Calgary and play cards with us all weekend because we won't be recording then.
That's gonna be a fun time.
It will be a great time.
We'll be playing with you guys, recording with you guys. Come on, get some games in with us.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'll probably put this one out first. The one we just did was the Commander spoilers. Really, really excited about that one. That was
Absolutely
pretty fun. And that one's probably just going to go up on Patreon first for everyone because, I don't know, I like that episode. And this is a longer one. But yeah, so we're going to be doing a few batch recording ones. We got some really fun deck techs coming up, as well as shockingly good Commander stuff. They were really good Commander cards to go over. I hadn't really looked at the list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was really impressed with some of them, especially compared to the Commander Masters.
Yeah.
The Womp Womp set?
Yeah.
Cue that soundtrack.
There we go. Oh, I've hit the button too many times. Too many times.
Oh no.
Yes, there we go. Use of the sound pads. Let's jump right into the spoilers from Wilds of Eldraine because that's obviously out. Brian's brought up a very, very bad issue, and the first card is Agatha of the Vile Cauldron, followed by Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Brian wants answers. Which is it?
Yeah. Like, how many cauldrons does this lady have?
Pick one, right? So, Agatha of the Vile Cauldron. We've got a 1 red, 1 green, 1/1 human warlock. Activated abilities of creatures you control cost X less, where X is Agatha's power. Can't reduce it to lower than 1, which is pretty cool. And 4/1 red, 1 green. Other creatures you control get 1/1 and gain trample until end of turn. And that's pretty cool because it's not of other creatures. It's Agatha. So she can consistently put that power in to a point where you're paying just basically Gruul for 1/1 power buff.
Oh, wow. Well, you have to pay 3, right?
No.
Isn't it? It doesn't get rid of the red green.
Yeah, so you just pay just red green.
Yeah.
Sorry. I guess.
You can't use
reduce
it
to 1.
3. Yeah, sadly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of cards that let you just like power dump mana into. Like a bunch of them are like 8 mana, tap all creatures, or like 8 mana, deal damage to each card.
Yeah.
8 man tap.
8 man tap. Yeah, this is caveman magic.
Oh man, that's funny.
And also,
and then
go ahead. Sorry. You
No.
please.
I think you actually had valid points. I was just going to move on to that next card.
Oh no, that's I was just going to read the next card. So take it, please.
So yeah, from the Vile Cauldron, we have Agatha's Soul Cauldron, 2 colorless, legendary artifact. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to activate abilities of creatures you control. Creatures you control with a +1/+1 counter on them have all activated abilities of all. Pardon? Woof. So back to that, creatures you control with a +1/+1 counter on them have all activated abilities of all creature cards exiled with Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Tap it. Exile target creature card from a graveyard. When a creature card is exiled this way, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control.
Really cool card for like Experiment Crash, that kind of deck. Love that. But also just good. Really good.
Can you imagine exiling the Vampire Angel combo?
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
I stop all activated abilities, I get them anyways.
I really like how this can be used defensively as well against like graveyard decks, because it's any card from any graveyard that you can exile.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still generating you 1/1 counters. It's got a place in a lot of decks, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, just as a 1/1 counter generator, it's really good.
Mm-hmm. Next one we've got here is a Planeswalker. Ashiok, Wicked Manipulator. 3 double black for a 5 loyalty legendary planeswalker Ashiok. If you would pay life while your library has at least that many cards in it, exile that many cards from the top of your library instead. +1, look at the top 2 cards of your library, exile one of them and put the other into your hand. -2, create 2 1/1 Black Nightmare creature tokens with it at the beginning of combat on your turn. If a card was put into exile this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. And -7, target player exiles the top X cards of their library, where X is the total mana value of cards you own in exile.
That -7 can be a pretty gross game ender in things like a Belladraw style deck where you're paying half your life.
Yeah.
I don't think we're allowed to say the next card.
I really love this one, Asinine Antics. I really love this card. 2 double blue. It's a sorcery. You can cast it as though it had flash if it was 2 more to cast, and I love that option. For each creature your opponents control, you create a cursed roll token attached to it. If you control another roll, you throw it out. And the cursed roll token. Oh, I've closed my thing. Slothy, please save me.
The first one is one that I actually don't remember, but
Looks like it turns them all into donkeys.
They have base power and toughness 1/1.
And don't they lose their abilities or no?
No.
Just base power toughness 1/1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's actually written on the creature or on the spell.
Oh, is it?
Enchanted creature is 1/1.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh, Brian can read.
Look at this learned fella.
Yeah, go ahead, read the next one then.
Yeah.
Smart guy.
Okay, so we have Beluga Grand Squall, Balloona Grand Squall, green, blue, red, legendary creature, giant noble. So we got Seek Thrills, which is 2 green, blue, red, instant adventure. Mill 7 cards, then put all cards that have an adventure from among the mill cards into your hand. If you cast it for the creature, trample. Permanent spells you cast that have an adventure cost 1 less to cast, and it's a 4/4.
I would like to build this one just totally goofy and throw every possible adventure in Temur colors in there and lands.
What were you saying? There was like 45 of them or something like that?
There is 64, I believe, with this set, Baldur's Gate and the original Eldraine.
So it's doable.
Yeah. Throw in every single one and then 34 lands and just have the deck be hot garbage.
I want to do it simply because it's a giant and I can Photoshop Kalen's face onto that. Right?
I bet altered Kalen the tall one.
Yeah.
Or the long one.
Yeah, this would be Kalen if she was shorter. Oh, my wife's a wonderful lady. Very tall. Slothy, you want to take the next one? I am probably going to make that one for her.
Absolutely.
Very fitting.
Call it Kalen's Adventures.
Yes.
Yes, that's perfect. But the next one we've got here is Beseech the Mirror. 1 triple black for a sorcery. It's got Bargain, so you may sacrifice an artifact, enchantment, or token as you cast it. Search your library for a card, exile it face down, then shuffle. If the spell was Bargain, you can cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost if the mana value is 4 or less. And put the exiled card in your hand if it wasn't cast this way.
Pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like that one. We have the Blossoming Tortoise, which is really cool artwork on it. 2 double green. Blossoming Tortoise enters or attacks you, mill 3, then return a land from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Love that ability. Activated abilities of lands you control cost 1 less to activate. Land creatures you control get 1/1, and it's a 3/3. I like this a lot.
Yeah, that's really neat. Put it in for like if you're to build it with like all those creature lands.
Yep.
I think this could be a fun Rule 0 commander.
It as its own commander, had it been legendary, would be very fun.
Mm-hmm.
This one, I actually opened up some packs yesterday and I pulled it, and I called dibs as soon as I saw it. So we got Iriette of the Charmed Apple, 1 white-black legendary creature, human warlock. Like we mentioned in the Patreon episode, warlock's getting some love these days.
Yeah, right.
Each creature that's enchanted by an aura you control can't attack you or planeswalkers you control. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses X life, and you gain X life, where X is the number of auras you control. Hush now. I need your beauty sleep.
I love this card.
Yeah, this one, I really enjoy that.
For sure I'm going to build this one. Just the fact that you have like a life loss, life gain, and you're preventing people just from attacking you. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
You can just put on all the dumb enchantments.
Right? I'll rip.
Like you're not even gonna care. I'm gonna put that angelic something on like another creature someone else has, and you can't attack me, but you can have the 4/4.
I love a good Orzhov politics deck, right? So this is a pretty cool way to get to buff people's creatures, to even just to help people out and give someone's like I can make a deal with Brian and give his Seedborn a totem armor.
Ooh,
right?
Yeah.
See, I'm making friends, yeah. And the Seedborn can't attack me. That's not bugging Brian.
No.
Yeah.
The loss of life will eventually bug Brian, but that Seedborn won't be coming at me when it does.
I really enjoyed it that for this one in particular, they actually did it almost looks like they did a Disney kind of aspect of it.
It's a really cool artwork. I bet in foil this one looks really beautiful.
Mm-hmm. I mean, unfortunately, I don't think I pulled a foil.
Did you pull this one though, or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The black roses in the normal artwork too, just really, really cool artwork. This set brought a lot of good stuff. I've been pretty bummed out with how sets have been lately. I've been like, this kind of sucks. It's okay. Like,
it's pushed and not really thought after.
But this seems fun. If this was coming out on a regular release schedule, we weren't just fresh off of like Lord of the Rings, followed immediately by Commander Masters, followed by, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then I would be just going silly into this deck, like into this set. I'd be $2,000 or $3,000 deep into this one. It's just been too much product for the year, and it's kind of a bummer that they put so many good things in here because there's a lot I really want to build.
Yeah, and it's kind of like you were mentioning, just buying the singles is going to help tremendously with sets like this.
But it's so fun to crack so many of these because there's so many playable ones, right?
Yeah.
Do what I miss?
True.
I miss being able to have like 3 months to actually showcase commanders from the set.
Right.
And now we're putting out like episodes of a commander that we thought was really cool from a set that happened like 3 months ago that we haven't even had a chance to talk about.
Two of the upcoming episodes are going to be Olenda and Azor, which is like the team up stuff, and then like Rhea Ivor and stuff. Like we're 2 sets away from those.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's a lot.
Yeah, I just put together, like, I've been talking ad nauseum about how many decks I've been making because I was bored. I was sick when I was.
What's your total now?
It's a lot. We're not going to talk about my total, but it's a few.
Yeah.
But a lot of them, I was just finishing the team up commanders, like Thalion the Gitrog, Zamon and Dina, Olenda and Azor, those kind of things. Those are so far away.
Yeah. Exactly.
That happened with that was when we went.
We've had
Aftermath,
Lord of the Rings. We had Commander Masters come out, and now we're like 4 sets minimum back to some of those cards that I've been building. I finally was able to find the Baldur's Gate commanders. I haven't seen anyone playing those. The Baldur's Gate ones kind of seemed a little overlooked, right? And
I mean, I had the Abdel Adrian, but other than that,
I built those. I mean the commander decks. I didn't see
the commander deck itself.
Yeah, they were all sold out, but I didn't see anyone. Most people bought them to crack the good cards in them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, like, I'm so excited to play and talk about, like, things like Furcrag. But Furcrag's what, like a year ago? 2 years ago? It's a pretty crazy schedule. I'll go on about that after. We've got Hilda. I talked a lot about how cool Hilda was. Dean gave me really good suggestions for Hilda. Dean never should have listened to that episode. He just started texting me. He's just like, why wasn't I called out in the Stacks episode? I was like, that was Brian's. I wasn't there. He's like, oh no, I was talking to Hilda. I was like, But he gave me some good ones. Like Dean gave me Sands of Time. That's an annoying card for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You ever heard Sands of Time, Brian?
No.
Let me pull Sands of Time up. This was Dean's upgrade recommendation. 4 colorless. Each player skips his or her untap step. At the beginning of each player's turn, untap each tapped artifact, creature, and land he or she controls, and tap each untapped artifact, creature, or land.
That is annoying.
That's hilarious. Dean gets it. Yeah, quickly through Hilda. She's 2, 1 white, 1 blue for a 3/4 warlock. Human warlock. Whenever you tap an untapped creature and opponent controls, you can pay 1. When you do, choose 1. You create a 4/4 white and blue elemental creature token, a 1/1 counter on each creature. Scry 2, draw a card. Great abilities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Please, you were excited about this guy there, Slothy.
I am very excited about this one. It is Kellen the Fey-Blooded, a 2 and a red for a legendary human fairy. It's a 2/2. It's got a adventure. It's a sorcery. It's called Birthright Boon. 1 and a white. Search your library for an aura or equipment card. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. That in itself in the command zone is awesome.
That's nuts in the command zone.
Then it's got double strike. Other creatures you control get +1/+1 for each aura and equipment attached to Kellen the Fey-Blooded.
That's really good.
But you can pay the 2, send them on the adventure, and then bring them for the 3?
Yeah. Or you can pay the 2, send it back to the command zone if you want to cast the adventure again.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Having a tutor in the command zone is a really strong ability.
My initial thought was to have this be a sneaky Godo deck.
Yeah, this is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm pretty sure Moonshaker Cavalry was a reprint, right?
It is not.
No.
It is just heroin. Yeah, it's a heroin. Go, please.
Oh, well then. Okay, because it looks familiar. But we got Moonshaker Cavalry, 5, 3 white, Spirit, Knight, flying. When Moonshaker Cavalry enters the battlefield, creatures you control gain flying, get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control, and it's a 6/6. Yeah. This is going in my Oathbreaker.
Yeah, Craterhoof in the skies.
My Oathbreaker deck. Let's go.
When they say we have Craterhoof at home, this is what they mean.
I mean, I like this one more. Yeah, exactly. I think flying is higher on my list than trample.
Yep.
Yes.
For abilities, 100%.
It's going to kill a lot of players a lot easier than trample.
Yeah.
High King Kenrith's armies followed him? Sorry. Yeah, followed him into the afterlife, ready to charge at his command.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm going to take these next 2 because I love them. Well, I don't love this one, but I love the one after. Realm Scorcher Hellkite. 4 double red for a 4/6 dragon with bargain. You can sack your artifact, enchantment, or token. Flying haste. When it enters, if it was bargained, you add 4 mana in any combination of colors, which is really good. And then it also has a mana sink for that, which is 1 in the red. Deals 1 damage to any target. So even if you have nothing to cast, still pretty cool.
Yeah.
I really like this next one. Rowan's Sign of War is wicked. I like the idea that Rowan's kind of gone a little crazy in this like power struggle.
Mm-hmm.
We have 1/1 black, 1 red for a human wizard 4/2 with menace. Spells you cast this turn are black that are black and or red cost X less, where X is the amount of life you've lost this turn. Activate only as a sorcery. Do you know how nuts this is?
That's very, very good.
That is very, very good. Well, let's look at it from like my way of looking at it is the Belladros kind of cards that I like to play, where you pay 3 mana, lose half your life. You pay half your life to draw your library. I've now paid 20 life, which means all of my spells for this turn are 20 less to cast. That means that I'm Comet Storming with a 20 cost reduction. That means I'm Exsanguinating with a 20 cost reduction. So I've lost 20 life to gain 60 and drain 60.
Yeah.
Right? Like this is
really
really good. And again, really easy to throw things like this is, I'm playing Emrakul for free. I'm playing Ulamog for free. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not liking that at all now.
Yeah, again, if anything like, if I was to, let's say I peer into the abyss, right? Peer into the abyss, pretty heavy cost spell already, but target player loses half their life, draws half their library. I'm now, again, I lose 20 life from my peer into the abyss. I'm holding my entire deck, and I'm dropping every mana rock in my deck for free. I'm dropping every artifact in the deck, every Eldrazi in the deck, And with those mana rocks, again, like I said, all of my giant fireball spells are going to be 20 less to cast. My Comet Storm, again, 20 less to cast. I think Rowan's going to be able to really, really easily kill people. I'm very excited to build this Rowan deck, and I don't really like to play Rakdos, but that's a really cool. Again, you can play just the things like a Havoc Festival. Havoc Festival's just annoying normal garbage, and you lose half your life. Everyone loses half their life, so every turn I get a half-life cost reduction.
Yeah.
This again, again, by the way, let's also, it doesn't say activate only once as a turn. It says activate only as a sorcery. So anything that's going to give me the ability to untap, like 1,000-year elixir, any untappers, right? Now I've got 40 cost reduction. Now I've got 60 cost reduction. You know how crazy 60 cost reduction is?
Yeah, it's dumb.
Right? I think Rowan's going to be able to blitz people pretty silly. And it gives a good, like, I love that, like, throw my life away for a cause kind of play style, right? Like, this is for glory. This is ready to go.
Yeah, and like looking at kind of EDH rec, this one just missed out on Brian's top 5 list, because for the last week, this is number 6 for the most built commanders.
Yeah, there we go.
And you can definitely see why. It's, like you were saying, fireball.
People are finally pooing in.
It goes absolutely insane.
I really like that one. Like, it's like, in my opinion, it's a very playable one, but it's an all or nothing commander. You have to really truly embrace that your life is a resource with this commander.
Yeah.
I really like the artwork in both of them. Actually, they're dragging their sword across the wall when the sparks are coming off.
I like the comic-y one more. I think it's really well done for what it is.
Looks like part stained glass and then part not.
Yeah, they're both done really well, and both in foil are going to look just beautiful.
Absolutely.
I personally like the first one.
The first one's really cool
second
too.
One is,
the sparks coming off that hand in the first one are wicked.
This next one here, I'm a little on the fence about. Talion the Kindly Lord, 2 blue and a black for a 3/4 legendary fairy noble with flying. As Talion enters the battlefield, choose a number between 1 and 10, and whenever an opponent casts a spell with mana value, power, or toughness equal to the chosen number, that player loses 2 life and you draw a card.
The name's very misleading.
Yeah. See, I think as a commander, I think it's better than the 99.
Yep.
100%.
Yeah, I don't think I'll play it.
It's when the problem is whenever an opponent, right? So you can't even build your deck around you choosing the number and you casting that number for your draw. Other people have to do it, so you're at the...
Yeah. Like, I watched kind of a breakdown on some of, like, the more common numbers, and it's between 2 and 4.
Yeah, that's
but it has to be
spot is.
But it has to be, like, exact.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna take the next 2 because I love these 2. Virtue of Courage is 3 double red. It's got it's 3 double red and has adventure spots. So we'll do the Embereth Blaze first. 1 in a red, instant, 2 damage to any target. That's very playable. The enchantment is whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, you may exile that many cards from the top of your library. You may play those cards this turn. Big impulse card. I like it. And you're not forced to exile.
Go into the Rowan.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You're not forced to exile, so it's kind of nice. Virtue of Knowledge is the one that I wanted to talk about because obviously I wanted to talk about it. 4 in a blue. It has Virtue of Knowledge has a. They all have, all the virtues have an adventure. So it's copy target, activated or triggered ability you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. That's super good. Already for 2 mana at an instant, that's really, really good. Especially if you're like ulting planeswalkers, it's really good. But if a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Yes, it does.
That's what you love to do.
Yep, that's me. That's it's me. Me. Yeah, I'm gonna buy all of these. Obviously, there's like Bant is basically the ETB staple deck, right?
Yeah,
and I really like the ETB.
I don't think you need any additions to your ruin. Your friendship
Oh,
point.
yes, I do. Yes, I do, Brian. And again, copy target activated ability. I'm gonna double blink with rune. It does all of what I want.
Right.
I really like these alternate arts for the virtues as well. They were all really nicely drawn, but the normal ones also look so cool. That big library with the floating books. You know, Sherman wants it.
Oh yeah, for his book tribal.
Yeah, you guys take the other three, please.
So we have Virtue of Loyalty, 3 and 2 white, but it also has its adventure, which is Ardendale Fealty. 1 and a white instant, create a 2/2 white knight creature token with vigilance. If you're playing it for the enchantment, you get at the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, untap those creatures.
I saw
Again, like
I saw it in your eyes,
Shalai and
Brian.
Halara are getting some dumb upgrades.
Just even that untap is really good.
Absolutely. Yeah. Do you want to take this next one too?
Sure. We got Virtue of Persistence, 5 and 2 black, but its adventure is a Lochthwain Scorn, 1 and a black. It is a sorcery. Target creature gets -3/-3 until end of turn, and you gain 2 life. At the beginning of your upkeep, put a target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control, and that's the enchantment version.
It's a good enchantment.
Yeah, sure is. Except it's like the same price as or same like mana value as
Shielded.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no one runs enchantment removal because we're all animals and don't play that way.
Yeah,
this is very true.
Right?
And having a little bit of redundancy is nice. This next one, Virtue of Strength, 5 double green. Garen Brigg Growth is the adventure, costs a single green. Return target creature or land from your graveyard to your hand. And the enchantment side is if you tap a basic land for mana, it produces 3 times as much that mana instead.
Get out of here.
It's pretty good.
It's Nyx Bloom Ancient for basics.
It's pretty good.
If you've got both of them on, a forest taps for 9.
Goes a little silly.
Yeah.
It would tap for more than 9, wouldn't it? Oh, no, you're right. You're right. Basic math is yours. Okay. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, you're good.
Whoa. But then if you have anything else, like a Mirari's Wake, so we got 2.
Yeah, it's good.
6.
18.
18.
We also
as soon as you put an extra 1 in there, it goes bananas.
I really like this next one too as well. We have our Will Sign of Peace, the opposite of the Rowan one. 1 white, 1 blue for a 2/4 human wizard with vigilance. Spells you cast this turn that are white and or blue cost X less, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. Activate only as a sorcery. I really think that activate only as a sorcery in this deck really hurts it, because if you had things like like the Soul Sisters kind of thing, right?
Yep.
You could be flashing your instants out for less mana. I really like the flavor text on it as well, though, too. It's easy to cry for glory and charge those who disagree with you, but it takes finesse to turn enemies into allies rather than corpses.
I like the how this is the opposite.
Yep.
To the path Rowan went.
Yeah, I really like it. And again, there's a lot of things that are like Beacon of Immortality, a double target player's life, right? Mm-hmm. We're looking at a lot of the time you're going to be in life gain. So let's even say optimistically 30 life. 30 life reduction is also insane. Especially in blue. That's Blue Sun Zenithing for someone, spending 3 blue mana to force draw 30 cards. That's us being able to, like a Finale of Glory, 30 2/2 soldiers, 30 angels. Like, this is another, these cost reductions are pretty crazy. And again, what did you just say? What did you just say over there? Not here.
Filter out.
Yeah. Edit, Mark. Edit. Get that out. I need the censor button. Brian's swearing.
He's getting so angry.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it's a lot. There's a lot of really cool X spells in blue and in white.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take the next 2. I want the.
I'll take the next one too, because I also like the green one. Annoying Archon of the Wild Rose is really cool looking, But it's 2 double white for a 4/4 Archon. Other creatures you control that are enchanted by auras you control have base power and toughness 4/4 and flying.
Yeah.
Buddy, this will be fantastic.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I love the next one here. A Tale for the Ages. 1 and a white. Enchanted creatures you control get +2/+2.
Yep. Really cool art, too.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it was blanketed. I wish it said,
yeah.
Like, it would be so much better.
Right? The artwork on the next one's so cool. Is that the one you won, Brian?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take the one after that while you work, Brian. We've got Charming Scoundrel, 1 and a red for a 1/1 human rogue with haste. When Charming Scoundrel enters the battlefield, you choose one. Discard a card, then draw a card. Create a treasure token, or create a Wicked Roll token attached to target creature you control. And Slothy, our Wicked Roll is...
Wicked Roll is +1/+1, and when this aura is put into a graveyard, each opponent loses a life.
I like that.
Yeah.
Ooh. Slothy almost like took you off the screen. There we go. Yes, so the one that I was super excited that I wanted to claim here is Bramble Familiar. The alt art for this, I love it. The raccoon. So it's Bramble Familiar, 1 and a green, Elemental Raccoon. Fetch quest 5 and 2 green is the sorcery. Mill 7 cards, then put a creature, enchantment, or land card from among the milled cards onto the battlefield. If you play Bramble Familiar for its creature cost, it's 1 and a green. You can tap it to add 1 green to your mana pool, or 1 and a green to tap, discard a card, return Bramble Familiar to its owner's hand. That's a 2/2.
Really like that ability.
I like that. I like that you can bounce it to keep playing the adventure.
Right?
And you don't miss out on it being an early mana dork if you just need the mana.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
A lot of times you got to choose: do I want this early, or can I sacrifice this later?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah.
I like that a lot, and especially late game. If you can just consistently generate 9 mana, that's really good for anything too, like a Muldrotha theme deck. That's good. That's good, clean fun for everyone.
The first one looks like he's holding like a spear with like a little like shrunken head on it. Just from where I'm sitting back here, that's how it looks to me.
Kinda, yeah.
But then the second art looks awesome because it actually looks like a raccoon.
The elemental raccoon is pretty great. Do you want this one?
Yeah. We've got Cruel Somnophage, 1 and a black for a Star Nightmare. It also has an adventure. Can't wake up for 1 and a blue.
Can't wake up. I would scream it every time.
Target player mills 4 cards. And then for the creature side, its power and toughness are equal to the number of creature cards in all graveyards.
We'll get a copyright strike for sure if I play the Evanescence song, but
100%
for sure they won't be cool about that. But no, I will.
Do it face to face.
Yeah,
you can't get copyright strike there.
There you go. Exactly. Their lawyers are waiting. We hope they pull it off. If they weren't actually there to play at all.
The band themselves is there waiting to beat you up.
Oh, sheesh. Beat me up and play stacks. Decadent Dragon. Go ahead. What is it, Brad?
I've always wanted to meet you guys.
Yeah, me. It's such an honor. 2 double red for
Can you sign this bruise for me?
2 double red for a 4/4 dragon. It's Decadent Dragon. It has Expensive Taste, 2 and a black for an instant. Exile the top 2 cards of target opponent's library face down. You can look at and play those cards for as long as you remain exiled. I like that a lot. And then Flying Trample, whenever it attacks, you create a treasure token. This is a really good card.
Yeah.
Every part of this is a very good card. That's great mana generation.
Really, this next one, what I was telling Slothy before, you showed up, they need to make this Jello card.
Yes.
That's cool.
They need that to be a card. But this next one, Devouring Sugar, is a giant donut with teeth in the
Sugar
center
Maw.
of it. Right? So we got the Devouring Sugar Maw, 2 and 2 black horror. But it also has have for dinner 1 and a white instant, create a 1/1 white human creature token and a food token. But if you play it for the creature, the 2 and the 2 black, it's a 6/6 menace trample. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may sacrifice an artifact, enchantment, or token. If you don't, tap Devouring Sugar Maw. This is going in my food deck.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with the food deck is it's so hard to cut cards from the food deck.
It is. It was very hard. It has gummy worm legs.
It does have gummy worm legs. I just scrolled down to the other one, and I'm in love with that.
Yeah.
I want that as a print so badly.
Which one?
The second version of Devouring Sugar Maw.
Oh.
It's hilarious. I would love that. I want that and the next one as a playmat. The Elusive Otter. I didn't really like the artwork on it.
I do have the second printing of the otter.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
The Elusive Otter is 1 blue for a 1/1. It has Grove's Bounty as an adventure, which is X and a green. Distribute X 1/1 counters among any number of target creatures you control. So a great just dump into it. And then it has Prowess, which is also really cool. And creatures with power less than it can't block it. I like this a lot.
Yeah.
And it's a cutie. Look at that face. Who wouldn't want to let that hit them?
He's a good boy.
Bonk.
Bonk.
Bonk with the honk. Bonk.
Goes into the Mother Goose.
Everything goes into Mother Goose.
Why'd you build this deck with so much rage and fury?
Have you ever met a Canada
Canada's most dangerous predator right there.
The cobra chicken.
I've only met one I didn't like. Anyway.
The next one we've got here is Elvish Archivist. 1 and a green for a 0/1 Elf Artificer. Whenever 1 or more artifacts enters the battlefield under your control, put 2+1/+1 counters on Elvish Archivist. This ability triggers only once each turn. Whenever 1 or more enchantments enter the battlefield under your control, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn.
That's insane.
Boo.
That's insane.
It's very good. I would like to take a Sharpie to 2 lines.
Yeah, right?
They already have cards that let you draw for every time your enchantment comes into play. Just boo.
But you got to remember that this is also buffing itself. Like, if you're in a deck that's making treasure tokens...
The first one's fine. The second one, let me have my draw.
Yeah, like, you've got Sithis, which costs the same amount of mana.
It's just a good extra upgrade. I like it.
Yeah, fair.
Oh yeah, this next one would be mine. I got Expel the Interlopers. 3 and 2 white sorcery. Choose a number between 0 and 10. Destroy all creatures with power greater than or equal to the chosen number.
You should read the flavor text because this is how I act in Magic.
When a redcap Harade threatened the Grand Hall of Dalavalava, Godric had no choice but to reveal his true identity and douse the invaders in dragon fire.
Seems like a bit of an overreaction, but okay.
If you met redcaps aren't that fun. I killed 3 of them already.
There you go.
Baldur's Gate.
We have Extraordinary Journey, X, double blue. When it enters, exile up to X target creatures. For each of those cards, its owners may play it for as long as it remains exiled. That's really annoying. Whenever
I think Expel the Interlopers was the box topper.
Okay, fair. Also, whenever 1 or more non-token creatures enters the battlefield, if one of them was entered from exile or was cast from exile, you draw a card. Triggers only once each turn. That's really annoying. I like it a lot.
Really annoying that they keep stapling the once per turn?
No, the fact that I can exile all your cards and then let you recast them. I can't believe these words are coming out of my mouth. That's even more annoying than Cyclonic Rift.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
That's even more annoying because
Brian, we got to bust out our howling minds. This is the real Dan.
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys, that's people are gonna play it like this is going in decks like Dean is playing, where it's gonna be like a Drannith Magistrates. You can't play any of your things again. Exile up to X target creatures. I don't want to pay the command tax, so I just send it there, and then Dean drops Drannith Magistrate, and I just get upset. Ooh, do I get upset? I could see how it's going already.
I like his style.
You say that now.
Yeah, you say that.
I think Dean's going to be out at the face-to-face event, so we're going to be playing some fun stacks games. Oh, fun.
Nice.
Subjective, but we'll be having fun.
Stacks and fun go together.
Yeah.
Next one we've got here is Fairy Slumber Party. For double blue for a sorcery, return all creatures to their owner's hands. For each opponent who controlled a creature returned this way, you create 2 1/1 blue fairy creature tokens with flying, and this creature can only block creatures with flying.
I like that.
Wow. That's strong.
But by the time you're playing this, there's probably going to be 6 fairies you're creating.
Yeah, you're making 6 power.
Yeah. Don't mind that.